A very good morning, everyone. Please confirm the streaming quality. If you have any issues with audio or video, do let me know. So, welcome to our 5 a.m. club. So, how do you feel waking up early in the morning? So, we had a break and then we restarted our 5 a.m. sessions. So, as you know, the objective of these sessions is to make sure that we're all starting our day as early as possible, because this gives us an additional 3 to 4 hours of quality time towards any task that we intend to do. See, usually when we sleep late, uh, the late night sleep is associated with wastage of time, uh, where we usually browse things either in smartphone or we're watching some series or movies in Netflix or on any OTT platform. So, to make sure that we are aligning ourselves with our biologic clock, and also to make sure that we are waking up early in the morning in order to have more quality hours towards preparation, or as I said, towards any task that we intend to do. This is an amazing thing. This is an amazing start, right? So always keep this in mind that waking up early is not something which is very easy, because we need to resist so many temptations in the process. Initially, it will be a struggle, but as you move on, as we move on, we'll get habituated to this. As I said, initially it might be a struggle, but as we move on, we'll get habituated. Do not worry about that. And also, as I mentioned initially, you'll be getting additional 3 to 4 hours of quality time towards the task at hand. So this gives you an advantage. I mean, not in a competitive way, but an advantage in the sense that you'll be able to give your best. You'll be able to, you know, focus all your energies during these early hours, because this is a time where we have least distractions, isn't it? So do join these 5 a.m. club sessions and experience what it is all about waking up early in the morning. You'll definitely see the positive side of the coin. So let's go ahead. So in these 5 a.m. sessions, initially we'll allot time towards meditation, couple of minutes, right? And then we'll go ahead with a book review. So we'll continue from where we stopped last time, right? Uh, the supercomputer about our brain, which will be the focus of discussion in today's 5 a.m. club. So I hope you guys are all ready. So you have any queries or you need any assistance, always feel free to get back through mail at 24 by 7. Yeah, Swadina, very good morning. Yeah, thank you for the feedback. So let's go ahead. So let's meditate. So as I said, meditation is not just about restricting or controlling thoughts. It's about being in the moment. It's about complete awareness. For that matter, the entire live session which you will be attending, right? The textbook review, or it can be any discussion. If you focus all your energies 100% on the task at hand, it's a sort of meditation, right? So let's start. So 5 minutes, we'll just try to close our eyes and focus on our breathing, sans music this time, and then we'll go ahead with our book review. So, first and foremost, always keep in mind that whenever you're trying to meditate or whenever you're trying to be aware, be in a position where you are most comfortable at, right? So, your position is very important. And then, once you are in a comfortable position, just make sure that you're closing your eyes partially or completely. And then, once you do that, there will be many thoughts that will be running across one's mind. It's completely okay. You need not restrict them, you need not control your thoughts, just let them pass. And you can start at a basic level. You can start by focusing on your breathing. So, inhalation and exhalation, which happens at subconscious level, right? But you can be aware of it. So this is just to increase the awareness at that particular moment, which will ultimately help you in any task in performing any task efficiently and effectively. So try to focus on your breathing, inhalation as well as exhalation, and no matter what thoughts run across your mind, just let it go. So do not cling on to them. At the same time, don't try to control or restrict your thoughts. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, one thing which I personally do is as you're inhaling, just imagine that you're inhaling all the positivity. And as you're exhaling, just imagine and visualize that you're exhaling all the negativity. So repeat this and then try to experience the calmness and be aware of the moment. And as we move on, it is 5 a.m. club. In the coming days, we'll try to increase the duration of this meditation, and you can even utilize the help of music, guided meditation in many ways, including music, to bring that calmness and awareness of the moment. So, as I said, this exercise, uh, it's not just a kind of hokum, as Sheldon says. Uh, it's a process or an exercise where we're trying to be more aware of the present moment because it's even more relevant these days due to the fact that we're constantly disturbed by these so many distractions we have, starting with a smartphone. So we're just losing that awareness of the moment, and we're constantly being engaged in some sort of activity which is really making things difficult, which is really making life difficult as a process. You want to concentrate, you want to listen, you want to participate in a conversation. So, without awareness of the moment, this is not easy. And it further, it's a form of vicious cycle we fall into once we lack this capacity of awareness of the moment. So you can meditate anytime in a particular day. and I mean, you can be at any place. It doesn't matter where you are. All it needs is a focused time for yourself, a few minutes a day, which makes all the difference gradually. So we'll try to get adjusted to this new habit in the process of this 5 a.m. club. And as I said, as we move on each and every day, we'll try to increase the span of meditation as well. So, yes, before we proceed, Swadhina said that yeah, the streaming is fine, and anytime in the live session you have any issues with streaming, just drop a comment. Okay? Yeah. Hi, Pinky. A very good morning. Hi, Abhijit. A very good morning. So today's book review, as I said, will continue from where we stopped previously. Previously, in the genie within your subconscious mind, we have seen differences between conscious and subconscious mind, and what subconscious mind is really capable of in terms of memory, in terms of imagination, in terms of creativity. Right? We have seen so many differences, and now we'll actually look into what our brain is made of in terms of its capacity. So, lesson 3, page 55, The Genie Within Your Subconscious Mind by Harry W. Carpenter. So, your super biocomputer. So, we all talk about supercomputers. We all talk about technological innovations, but well within us, a supercomputer. While the present generation takes the personal computer for granted, its capabilities astound those of us who did not grow up with the one. I mean, our previous generation, I don't think they had any personal computer, right? So we are amazed at a lightning fast operation, its huge memory, its ability to use many complex programs at same time. As impressive as a personal computer is, your subconscious mind is a far better one than any one you can buy. Stephen Hawking, in The Universe in a Nutshell, says present computers remain outstripped in computational power by the brain of a humble earthworm. Your brain is millions of times better than a brain of an earthworm. It has more memory than you can ever use and operates flawlessly, except sometimes when your conscious mind interferes with it in the form of thought process, in the form of tension, anxiety, or negative imagination, whatnot. It's easily programmed intentionally and unintentionally. It is unlike any manufactured computer, both electrically and chemically powered. Information travels along nerves by electric impulses and jumps across synapses by chemical mechanisms, as we're all aware of. Your subconscious mind is a biocomputer. Your biocomputer has been loaded with huge number of complex programs. Most are necessary for surviving and getting along in the world. We take thousands of these programs for granted, such as walking, running, standing still, and drinking a glass of water. On the other hand, many of the programs are obsolete and counterproductive, such as impatience, overeating, irritability, etc. We'll now explore the facets of your personal subconscious mind biocomputer, right? First, coming to data storage. So, this is an interesting topic. In fact, we had a reel previously on the same. We'll look into it. Like, what exactly is the data storage capacity of human mind or human brain? Memory in a conscious mind. Memory can be in conscious mind as well as subconscious. Memory in your conscious mind is short term and limited. Tests show that most people cannot remember more than 7 digits at one time. We're talking about conscious mind. So, memory in your conscious mind is short term and limited, and tests show that people cannot remember more than 7 digits at one time. Conversely, the memory in your subconscious mind is virtually unlimited. In fact, we have seen this in one of the previous discussions that it's unlimited. We cannot say infinite, but it's unlimited memory capacity in your subconscious mind. So whatever you come across is there in your mind. It's all about your recall potential, if you remember. A comedian quipped, memory is a thing you forget with. That is clever, but not true. Every sight, sound, touch, smell, and emotion that you have experienced from birth, probably even before birth, to the present is in your memory. If you cannot remember some fact, do not blame your memory because the fact is it is there, but blame your recall if you want to. Your brain has more storage capacity than you could ever use. Each memory creates a pathway in your brain. The narrator on a documentary on the brain aid on a particular TV show stated that your brain has more pathways for memory than there are atoms in the universe. If you counted and wrote the number for each pathway in your brain on a single atom, there would not be enough atoms in the universe. If you accept 10 new facts, those who complain about memory, here it is. If you accept 10 new facts for a single lifetime, in a given lifetime of 70 years, mathematically you will be accepting around 22 into 10 power 9 bits of information. Yet your memory capacity is about 22 into 10 power 30 bits of information. Someone once estimated that the world's entire telephone network can be stored in an area in your brain the size of a pea. In 1950, Wilder Penfield, MD, described patients under anesthesia. When certain parts of the brain were touched with an electric probe, the patients recalled everything, every sight, smell, texture, and taste about a particular event in their life. A few examples of a capability of our memory are given below. William James, when he was 90, memorized 12 volumes of John Milton's Paradise Lost in 1 month because he thought his memory was declining at the age of 90. Napoleon could greet thousands of his soldiers by their first names. James Farley, a politician in Roosevelt area, could greet 50,000 people by name. Arturo Toscanini could recall every note of every instrument for 100 operas and 250 symphonies. A contemporary Indian man, whom I saw in an interview TV, but I did not pay attention to his name, can recall every number he has ever seen or heard. So data storage, there is never issue because we all have abundant storage capacity. And if we can't remember something, we should not blame our memory capacity or storage capacity. Maybe we should blame our recall. And there are means through which we can enhance this recall potential, which we'll see in the process of this textbook review. Operates constantly. So what's this all about? Your subconscious mind, but not subconscious mind. It never sleeps. It is awake even when you are under anesthesia. Dr. Cheek, a San Francisco surgeon, reported several cases in Life magazine 1970 where it proved that patients heard conversations of doctors during surgery. Dr. Cheek's son was a victim of one of these conversations. His son had a congenital heart condition that was repaired. The operation was a success, but his son became a hypochondriac and short winded. By using hypnosis on his son, Dr. Cheek found that during operation, one of the surgeons said, "We can't fix that." On accusing the surgeons, one said they found a second congenital defect. However, it was not serious. It was not worth the risk it would take to repair it. And since it would heal normally, they decided not to fix it. But his son's subconscious mind interpreted from the surgeon's conversation that we can't fix it, and erroneously concluded that his heart had a serious defect that could not be repaired. The boy's subconscious mind reacted based on its belief. This literal acceptance by subconscious mind brings us to the next characteristic of your subconscious mind, that is literal and out of context. Your subconscious mind accepts things literally and out of context. So far we have seen about data storage, about how subconscious mind operates constantly, 24 hours a day, till we survive, till our last breath, even during sleep, even during anesthesia. And the next aspect is even more funny and interesting in the sense that it takes things literally. And the best example which I can give you is Sheldon's character, how it was designed in Big Bang Theory. So everything you say, it takes things literally. We have so many examples. Let's look into that. Literal. The subconscious mind doesn't reason or judge. It takes everything literally out of context and with no sense of humor. If someone under hypnosis is asked, can you tell me your age? The logical conscious mind would know. And before I go ahead with this, let me ask you this question. Can you tell me your age? Yeah, let me repeat the question. Can you tell me your age? So now let's see. The logical conscious mind would know that the hypnotist really was asking for his age, but the literal subconscious mind would simply answer, yes, I can. I didn't ask you for your age. I just asked you, can you tell me your age? So that's the difference between conscious and subconscious mind. So let me repeat this. If the question is, can you tell me your age? Your conscious mind thinks about, uh, is it 20? Is it 22? Is it 23? Should I say? Shouldn't I say? Why should I say? Why is he asking? Why is she asking? So this is domain of conscious mind. But subconscious mind simply thinks the answer, yes or no. Can you tell me your age? Yes or no. So that's how subconscious mind takes things literally, right? So we'll look into those things now. Consider the following repetitive comments made by parents and teachers. Though they may have been made in a loving, subconscious mind takes them literally. And note that the conscious mind that can filter these comments is not totally effective at early ages. So you big bad boy, you dummy. I mean, things we say to children in a loving way, but uh, the kids don't take it that way because the conscious mind is not that developed and mature at a very young age, and moreover, the subconscious mind is operating. So when you say you big bad boy, you dummy, don't you ever learn? You never seem to get it right. You must eat lots of food to be healthy. So these things are taken literally and they'll have tremendous impact on one's mind, on one's uh, mode of thinking. A phenomenon called organ language is an example of the subconscious mind accepting words literally. So, what's this organ language? Organ language refers to a disease resulting from a strong emotion that gets locked in an area of your body. L.S. Stedman discusses this phenomenon in her book Who's the Matter with Me, and scientific support can be found in studies reported in a new field of psychoneuroimmunology. Examples of organ language are that gives me a pain in neck. Oh, my aching back. That just makes me sick. That breaks my back. I can't stand that. Normally, these statements have no effect on a person, but they can have a pronounced effect when they are separated, when they are repeated over and over, or stated with strong emotion. Lacron reports a case in which a patient had a bad taste in his mouth and was losing so much weight, it was affecting his health. Physicians could not find a reason for the bad taste. These guys here. During analysis, Lacron found out that the man was almost called as a witness in a trial. Had he testified in the trial, the defendant, his best customer, would have been found guilty. He did not testify, but the episode left a bad taste in his mouth. So the point is, this organ language, when something happens in our life, it can be any kind of experience. And if you think and repeatedly tell yourself that it had a bad taste in my mouth, you literally start experiencing so. So that's the organ language we're talking about. Carl Jung reported a case in which an asthmatic patient could not breathe the atmosphere at home, and a patient with chronic indigestion could not digest a certain situation. So Dr. Bernie Siegel reported a case about a mastectomy patient who needed to get something off her chest after a long bitter dispute with her sister. Sylvia Brown is one of her best-selling books describes a man dying of bleeding ulcers who kept repeating, I just can't stomach life anymore. Sylvia Brown also tells a story about herself. She had a bladder infection at a time when her family just pissed her off. So the point here is yeah. So the point here is when you start using words in a repeated fashion, especially when it comes to, you know, trying to correlate experiences uh, with your health or trying to link up your negative experiences with your organ health, it's going to have a severe, tremendous negative impact without any doubt. And that's what we have seen in all these examples. Now, let's move on. Yeah, just give me one moment. Coffee seems to be struggling here. Yeah, good. Yeah, hi Pinky, hi Danish, hi Kushvinder, Varsha, very good morning. So now, as we have seen, this organ language seems to be very interesting, and the author has presented with so many examples. Like, so accepting everything as real and true. Now let's move on to the next segment. Probably we'll stop with this. For now, we'll pause with this. Accepts everything as real and true. Your subconscious mind. Clinical and experimental psychologists have proved the nervous system, the human nervous system, cannot tell the difference between an actual experience and the one that is vividly imagined. Dr. J.C. Eccles and Sir Charles Sherrington, experts in brain physiology, state when you learn anything, a pattern of neurons forming a chain is set up in your brain tissue. This chain or electric pattern is your brain's method of remembering. So, since your subconscious mind cannot distinguish a real from imagined experience, perfect mental practice can change and correct imperfect electrical patterns grooved there by habitually poor playing. This means that you can learn and improve physical and mental skills by practicing in your mind. The advantage of using imagination is you never practice the wrong emotion, or wrong motion or action that is neurological pattern. Real practice, conversely, is not perfect and often reinforces a wrong neurological patterns. Experiments have been reported in which three groups of novices are taught a new skill by three different methods. In one experiment, subjects were taught dart throwing, a skill not many Americans have acquired. One group listened to the lessons on the art of dart throwing. A second group threw darts. A third group practiced using only imagination. This third group sat in comfortable chairs, was read a relaxation routine, and then practiced perfect dart throwing in their minds, hitting the bullseye on each throw. After each of these three groups practiced for the same length of time, the group using mental practice always did as well or even better than the other two. So, even better than actual practice for that matter. That's the power of one's visualization and imagination. Russian scientists did a more precise experiment. Four group of Russian athletes trained using selected ratios of physical and mental practice as follows. After a given period of time, they have divided participants into four groups. So, group one had 100% physical training and without visualization. Group two had 75% of physical training and 25% of visualization. Group three had 50% of physical training and 50% of visualization. Group 4 had only 25% of physical training and 75% of visualization. So, after a given period of training, group number 1 ranked fourth, and group number 4 came out on top, where there was 25% of physical training, and 75% of visualization. So, visualization is now standard in athletic training. Of course, physical practice is also necessary. Athletes use both mental and physical practice to obtain the best result. More stories of the importance of mental practice can be found in Ultimate Athlete by George Leonard. The use of visualization is not just limited to sports, it's also used successfully in job interviews, sales, public speaking, etc. See yourself giving a successful job interview. See yourself getting the a job. See yourself giving a speech to 1,000 happy people. Feel at ease while giving the speech. Hear the audience clapping, standing at the end of your speech. So, visualization really does wonders. So, in fact, this is one of the things which we try to highlight in our course and also in all the live sessions possible. Visualization helps you perform much better. It doesn't mean that you just simply sit and visualize, everything will happen. No, physical practice, our efforts, of course, are very important. But coupled with that, if you have this visualization, the best example, the relevant one, which I can give you all is you have the entrance coming up, right? So usually we are worried or we have this fear for entrance because we picture the result in a negative way, or else worry never happens. Because if you picture the result, the end result in a positive way, you'll always be excited. So it's all about a simple task of visualizing or picturing in your own mind. So let's suppose you're meditating, or let's suppose you're sitting right now, attending this live session or watching this video. Just close your eyes and visualize the end result as a positive one, that you have accomplished the rank which you always wanted to, that you have secured admission in your favorite specialty in the college which you are looking forward to. So visualize this positive result. Repeat this, and you'll start experiencing the difference. That is, in terms of losing unnecessary and unwanted fear and anxiety, which is very much important during anyone's preparation. The simple task of visualizing for few seconds makes all the difference. So now close your eyes and visualize that you secured the best rank in the upcoming entrance. You are admitted, in your favorite specialty. You secured admission in your favorite specialty. Just close your eyes and visualize this result. How do you feel? Just visualize, just imagine how your friends, how your family, how your society around you feels. And most importantly, how do you feel? So, isn't it? Isn't that amazing? So, a simple technique of visualization, no matter how challenging the current situations are. See, we say it's challenging again based on our perceptions. So, keeping all these aside, keeping all these opinions, perceptions, perspectives aside, simply visualize and experience all the positivity out there. And this visualization is going to help you tremendously during your preparation phase. If you're worried, if you're tensed, it means you're visualizing in a negative way. However, if you're excited about your preparation, it means you're picturing the result in a positive way. And most importantly, you're seeing this preparation phase as an amazing opportunity to master all the basics, which will help you, as obvious, in laying a stronger foundation, not just for your undergraduation, not just for your post-graduation entrance, but for rest of your professional career, right? So I hope you enjoyed today's book review, a book club, and tomorrow we'll pick up from where we stopped. And before we conclude, as I said, your subconscious mind has unlimited memory. So you have all the memory you need, and it's all about, and this task or exercise of waking up early and then utilizing this quality 3 to 4 hours towards the task at hand or preparation is one way of enhancing your recall potential. It's one way of trying to collect information, process it, and then even your recall will be much better because of least distractions possible. That's one technique. which helps you in better memory consolidation and recall. The second thing is notes making. So this is something which we keep on highlighting, which we'll also try to discuss in the process again. And also, we have seen, now apart from unlimited memory, we have seen how subconscious mind operates continuously and literally. It takes everything in literal sense. We have seen something called as organ language, which is very quite interesting. And also, we have seen like how one subconscious mind accepts everything as real and true. No emotions, no bias, no perspectives. So if you keep telling yourself you're going to achieve success, you're going to be successful. If you keep telling yourself that you believe in yourself, that you can overcome any challenges in life, of course you will, without any doubt. So visualize and experience all the difference. So I'll see you again in tomorrow's 5 a.m. club. So these 5 a.m. clubs are separate entities, and evening 9 p.m. live sessions, dinner sessions, we'll have MCQs discussion as usual. So have a fantastic day ahead. Love you all.